Busch versus Busher. Tier 3 versus Tier 3. Look at his smile. I like Busher too. He's going to tell you Busher doesn't run good at Texas.
Probably says Busch, but I'll take Busher.
I agree.
I'm going to go with my Tier 3 guy, Kyle Busch.
So I think Busher, because he's on the uptick, Chop. I think Busher, I don't think the stats have caught up with the year he's having.
Yep, I agree.
In the next gen car, it's Kyle Busch on 1.5 mile tracks.
How about this season?
On the 1.5 mile tracks?
Sure.
Because it's hard to deal with. He's 3-1, Kyle Busch. For the season, it's 15-14. So
see, okay,
like it's
Larson and Hamlin. There's no way you're touching these two. I mean, this is the race.
I made that mistake last week.
Yeah. Kez and Bubba. Bubba the favorite. Well, the predictor loves Kez, so I'm guessing all the data is going to point to Kez. But Bubba at the 1.5 miles, I think, is pretty decent.
Yeah, Bubba 1.5 miles is where he's got the edge. But like for the season, it's totally Keselowski.
Reddick versus Bell is Reddick. Hey, Professor, you got to stop giving your stuff to the damn books. I feel like they're just going right off your predictor.
Now it's on NASCAR.com on the front home page. It's easy to get it.
No, he's selling it to someone else for sure. I mean, there's no doubt. You should have saw his logo. It was splashed around that charity event like confetti. Everywhere you looked, there was a logo. Old ones, new ones. It wasn't even the new logo. His new investors looked at him and were like, hey, man, that's the wrong logo. He's like, whoops, sorry. Just a little bit of old love.
I was looking just back at the odds for a second. I'm liking that Keselowski at 12-1 for the win. I think of a guy that's going to come off out of that not being in the top 4, the Hamlin-Larson group. I think he's due. He's been running good all year. He's been right there. I think that 12-1 would be worth a nibble.
And let's just talk about this. Every year we say, all right, here are the 12 drivers in. We go to Talladega next, then to Roval. This round is super unpredictable. And so at least one of the or two of the favorites make it to Phoenix every year. But there's always like even Joey Logano, the champ, right? He's the champ. He's the reigning champ, no longer the defending champ because he's been kicked out of the playoffs per the professor. He had to work on my verbiage. Isn't that right, Professor? I got that correct? Did you know that, Chop?
He's now the reigning champ. He's not the defending.
You're not the defending champ anymore if you've been eliminated from the playoffs because you can no longer defend. Now you're just the reigning champ.
I didn't know.
I didn't either. Apparently that was something they taught in college. That's why I didn't go because I skipped all those classes. So the defending champ, which is now the reigning champ, Joey Logano, nobody really had him going to Phoenix, or at least I didn't. But he went there and hell, then he won the championship. So I only say that because that's like a Kez would be a guy I could get to the championship for. Now he wouldn't be the favorite in the championship for at all, but the experience, the swagger, like to your point, when he lines up row 3 or 2 at Texas, I don't think he's going to be nerve-filled. Like, he's super analytical. He's been there before. He's going to do what he does, and it is either going to be good enough or not. But I don't hate the Kez bet.
Do you think late in the regular season he was racing smart, and now that he's in the playoffs and it's kind of like you have to go for, like, this would be the chance that he would win now that he's like, I got to get a win?
So I don't think he has to get a win. I think he actually is racing smart again. I think he knows his pathway forward is in points. And a win would be a bonus.
Who's below the line now? Who's the cutoff guys?
Bubba's the big guy. He's last at like minus 13.
Stand by.
But that's not. I mean, 13 is. I mean, you see how quickly.
No, but here's what happens. He's 13, which is nothing, but he's almost 40 behind the top 3 or 4. So he's really racing 3 guys. I like Brad to have a big Texas.
I do too.
And he is in the Professor's tier 1, 2, tier 2.
Yeah.
Experience the thrill of the racetrack like you're in the driver's seat with DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet on your favorite racers and feel the rush of every overtake, pit stop, and victory like never before. Right now, new customers can turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Bet 5 on anything to score big no matter what goes down on the track. Make sure to check out our DraftKings 5 bets to watch each week, and then head over to DraftKings Sportsbook app to check out the props, parlays, and more before placing your bets. The racing action doesn't stop till the checkered flag drops. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and join with code DMD. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's code DMD, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. The problem with the matchups are, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Busch and Buescher coin flip, Hamlin Larson coin flip, Kes and Bubba. Kes is the favorite. I think there's a small conversation about Bubba at even money. Reddick and Bell. I mean, it's hard to bet against Reddick. Bell's going to qualify in the pole apparently because he does it every damn week. Byron and Truex, they're going to say Byron, and he's the favorite. Gibbs and Harvick, well, Chop's going to take Gibbs because it's fade to 4. That's going to be the new. He might have T-shirts made. Yeah. And then Blaney and Elliott, and Blaney is minus 130. I mean, is there any of those we need to talk about? Chop, I'm going to ask you, Blaney versus Elliott, who you taking?
Blaney.
I mean, they're like, let's just run the numbers, Gibbs versus Harvick, because I know Chop's going to be fade to 4, but run me the numbers, Professor.
Well, it's Harvick all day.
They don't take into account that Harvick is given up for the year.
Yeah.
That's just this year. Like, when you look at this year. Like, even in the last 5, in the last 10, it's still Harvick.
At mile and a half or overall?
Mile and a half, it's 4-0, Harvick.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to my man last week. It was just really bad.
I think he heard you had to. So, okay, now hold on. I am going to defend him in this. I don't know what he was sitting in, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's.
We're picking on Harvick because he's going to get the blame because we're talking about his name. But there ain't no way that 4 car was right. I mean, there ain't no way Kevin Harvick runs multiple laps down or the car that has a chance, right? Like something was a miss, something was a foul, something went wrong, some decision was incorrect because it was bad. Now, I do believe once it gets 2 down, he's just like, let's get this baby over with. But until he got 2 down, I think we were getting all Kevin Harvick had to offer. Just he couldn't, you can only push it as fast as it will go.
Yeah. And so where do you think Ty Gibbs will run?
12th.
I was going to say 13th.
I was going to say 7 to 15 is his range, I feel like.
So, like, in the last year on a mile and a half track, Harvick hasn't finished worse than 12th.
So there's your bet of the day. You want to double down on your 12 beers that Harvick runs worse than 12th?
No, I will say that he will. I'll take Harvick over Gibbs.
To turn the 12-pack into a case?
Yeah. Yes. You in, Chop?
No, I'm not going to. That's a Hoover bet. That's a throw the last minute freaking Hail Mary on the last hole. I worked hard to beat you 14-1 last week, and now you're going to give it up on a Gibbs bet? Come on,
I'll
bet
you a 6-pack, Russ, on that bet. Gibbs versus Harvick.
I like it. Travis taking the action.